Okay, welcome to another episode of Third and 23. I'm your host, Alex, here to talk week 13, the NFL season. Um, I just started tracking NFL starting last week. You guys watched my video last week, and you remember how I did. Went 4-0. Went over it in my recap video, so had a good start to at least doing my picks, streaming my picks. But obviously I haven't been undefeated all season in the NFL, but I've had a good year in the NFL as I did in college. So this week, without further ado, getting into week 13, as I spoke about before, my high stakes plays, all my plays, where I'm going to play um, higher amounts of money, significant money plays. And my low stakes plays will be I will do lower money plays. Just don't break the bank on those. They're much more risky, but I still feel confident. So without further ado, as CJ from San Andreas would say, "Oh, here we go again," right? So first starting off with the Lions and the Saints. So Detroit at New Orleans. Following the Lions the past couple weeks, Jared Goff has had some pretty rough games turning the ball over. In fact, last week against the Packers, they, you know, they were big favorites against Green Bay. It's kind of a weak Green Bay. Um, Packers kind of owned Detroit on Thanksgiving. It was finally Detroit. Detroit is a good team. They're 8-2 at the time. Uh, Finally going to get over that Packers hump. Green Bay raced out to a big lead on them. Looked like they were about to crush them. Detroit made a late rally to kind of make the score look competitive, but ultimately lost. It was a really disappointing game for the Lions, for Lions fans, as they thought they finally had it. That was a game that I didn't do a video, but I definitely stayed away from that one. Just did Thanksgiving games that day. So when we're looking at it now, you're thinking, okay, well, Detroit's Detroit again. I wouldn't say, I would say not so fast on that. Detroit has had 10 days to prepare for this game, right? 10 days to get over that stinker that they had last week and really the week before that as far as how Jared Goff has been. 10 days to get ready for a Saints team that has issues of their own. The Saints are coming into this game beaten up. Rashid Shaheed is already ruled out for this game. Michael Thomas has been on IR. He's out for this game. So they still got Chris Olave. Oh, wait, maybe not. He's been in concussion protocol all week. Still hasn't cleared concussion protocol. He did get a full practice today on Friday. Yesterday on Friday. But still it's looking like game time decision as he hasn't cleared here on Saturday, 5 p.m. He hasn't cleared concussion protocol. So I don't think he's going to play. Especially with how the NFL is with concussions, I don't think he's going to play. I think he's going to sit this week, even though he did have a full practice. And that's going to really hurt. And even if he were to play, I think it still would really hurt. I don't think he'd be 100% against the Lions. So now you're looking at Derek Carr, who people are calling to be benched. You're looking at Alvin Kamara, who's clearly not the same running back he has been in the past. He's kind of living off his name right now. People probably don't realize it. And what? Juwan Johnson, A.T. Perry, that's who's the weapons are that you're going to get the rock to, who Derek Carr is going to throw the ball to. I don't see it. I see Jared Goff having 10 days to Jared Goff in the passing game to get themselves right, to work out the kinks, whatever been affecting them that's been causing these turnovers, to get right for this game. And they're gonna on the opposite side of Detroit defense is gonna go against the Saints offense that has weapons out, that is beaten up, and I don't think they're gonna be able to move the ball very much against this Lions defense. On top of that, you're going to say, oh, well, Marshawn Lattimore at corner, at least you got him on the defensive side that can help contain that Detroit Lions passing attack, which has been pretty explosive this year. Now, really, Marshawn Lattimore is out for this game. I believe he's also on IR. So now you got Amon-Ra St. Brown with no Marshawn Lattimore. I think he's going to hit off some plays. I think the running game is definitely going to get going with Gibbs and Montgomery. I like Detroit to win this game. 4-point favorite. I think that's kind of low. Maybe because maybe they're factoring into the Saints are they're at home, but that doesn't really matter to me. I'm going Detroit in this one. I'm laying down some money on this game. I can see Detroit winning this game by double digits. Moving on, Atlanta at the Jets. Tim Boyle back at us. So yeah, so here we go talking low money plays, right? Atlanta at the Jets. If you're on a budget, keep this in mind. Tim Boyle yet again. So the Jets can't score touchdowns. They've benched Zach Wilson as they should. Should have never drafted him. Said that on draft day, by the way. Now you got Tim Boyle, who's never been good. He wasn't good in college, hasn't been good in the pros. Somehow he's still sticking around. Hey, that's what they want to do. That's what you want to do. You're not going to see a Jets offense that's about to put up a bunch of points against a Falcons defense that is actually not too bad when it comes to stopping the pass. So they can. So now you have your biggest weakness, the Jets passing game. Well throwing. Really, all they got is Garrett throw it to against a Falcons secondary that quietly is a little better than you think. Then you have another key matchup in this is you people like to talk the Jets defense. I think people who are casuals, they'll gloss over the Jets defense, man. The defense is nice. That's what they'll say. The Jets defense is nice. Actually, the Jets run defense is not nice. It's actually one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. People probably don't realize that. So it's one of the worst run defenses in the NFL going against the Falcons, who actually have one of the best run offenses in the NFL. Bijan, I think you might see Tyler Algier get some work in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a bunny in this game. I think this Falcons running game is going to get loose against this Jets run defense. I think they're going to control the clock. They're going to control the tempo of this game. They're going to control the flow of this game. And with a Jets offense that struggles to score touchdowns anyway, I think Jets are playing from behind all game long. And I think the Falcons, with a 2-point spread, you're saying that the Falcons win this game, 14-13, right? Because the Jets struggle to score touchdowns. 14-13, 17-16. I don't think so. I don't even know if the Jets are going to be able to score that many points in this. So I'm going to say Falcons are going to win this game. They're going to cover that too. It might not be a blowout, but they're going to cover that too and get out of New York with the W. Game of the week, 49ers and the Eagles. Some might argue these are the two best teams in the NFL. Actually, you could say, I don't even know why I said game of the week, because you could call this game of the year. Right? Niners at Eagles. Niners 2.5-point favorite in Philly. Some people think the Eagles have been lucky this year with how they've won games. They're 10-1. 10-1 is 10-1. I'm not going to say that they're lucky, but I'd say there are moments where they've been lucky. Last week, they should have lost to Buffalo. And I'm not even talking about the 60-yard field goal the guy made. I'm talking about in overtime, Bills go right down the field, have a touchdown to win the game. And it was the Gabe Davis, right? He zigged when Josh Allen zagged. And he threw the ball over the other shoulder to the other, over his other shoulder. I'm thinking he thought Gabe Davis would be on that side of the ball because Gabe Davis cooked the DB. That's touchdown. That's game over. That's nothing that Philly did, right? Philly caught a break. And Philly capitalized when they got the ball, went down the field. Jalen Hurts scores a touchdown. Here we are against the 49ers. Better team than Buffalo. Both these teams rank in the top 5 against the run. But when you look closer at it, both teams, to me, aren't top 5 run defenses in the league. I think there's better run defenses around the league. I think that both teams are typically in the lead, and that's why teams don't really run the ball because they're always trailing. They're always having to throw the ball to come back. If you've looked in games that the 49ers have lost, for example, they got ran on in those games against the Browns, against the Bengals. Bengals who can't even run the ball. These are games that they lost, games that they were competitive. You saw cracks in their run defense. I've seen the same thing with the Eagles. I mean, the Bills, they got off on them last game on the ground. So I think both teams are going to have success running the ball in this game. I think McCaffrey's going to have a big game. I think you're going to see a Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift combination have a big game on the ground. I'm sorry, and I meant to put the little football there by Atlanta. The big difference I think you're going to see in this game is you're going to see the 49ers of Brock Purdy and Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. You're going to see these guys get off. I think they're going to cook this Philly secondary, as this Philly secondary has been cooked all season, something that has been kind of glossed over by their record, but they've been barbecued all year. I think you're going to see even if you see Deebo Maybe Debo doesn't have a big game. You'll see Ayuk have one, or vice versa. But you're going to see guys in this 49ers offense make big plays in the pass game. I think that's going to be the biggest difference in Philadelphia. I think it's going to be, and I don't think you're going to see the Eagles have that same kind of success passing the ball against the 49ers secondary, which is a lot stronger than what the Eagles have, despite the fact that Hufanga is out. They're all pro safety. So I got the 49ers winning this game. Definitely could be a classic, right? But I think they definitely can cover that 2.5, win by 3, maybe win by 7, something like that. But I got the 49ers winning this game in Philadelphia on the road. So that's 3 road teams that have gone with. And now our final game, Chargers at Patriots. Now you guys might you're gonna call me crazy here. You're gonna say, man, dude, Alex is wild right now for what I'm gonna say on this Patriots game. Look at the Patriots. This is 2-10 football team. This is a trash football team. Call them what it is. I called them trash before the year. I knew this was coming, right? It's a trash football team. But the Chargers are the kind of team that is capable of losing a game like this. Now, hear me out. First and foremost, I'm looking at, and I do my own power ratings, by the way. I don't off of anybody else's. I have my own power ratings. I don't post on here. But looking at the Chargers have been fading. The Chargers have been fading for the last several weeks. Now, you're looking at Herbert throwing the ball to Joshua Palmer. No, he's out. To Mike Williams, no, he's been out since week 2. Still got Keenan Allen, A1, alpha dog, balling. Wait a minute. Keenan Allen's been on the injury report all week with a quad injury. He finally practiced in a limited practice on Friday. But my feeling is he probably is going to be out for this game. And even if he isn't out for this game, he's not going to be close to 100%. You're playing a wide receiver playing through a quad injury? I don't know about that. I don't think you're going to see 100% Keenan Allen in this game. So now you're looking at Quentin Johnson, Gerald Everett is who Justin Herbert's throwing to. I think he's going to have problems throwing the ball in this game. By the way, it's supposed to be raining in Boston, Foxborough. Supposed to be raining. Going to be cold and raining. These aren't conditions for Justin Herbert throwing the ball to guys who aren't really top tier. And I'm counting a Keenan Allen. If he does play, a banged up Keenan Allen isn't going to be a top tier receiver like his self in this game. So I think you're going to have problems. You're going to see the Chargers have problems passing the ball in this game. I think the Patriots, this is how Bill Belichick is going to be able to win this game. How he wants to win this game is ball control and running the ball. Lately, you've been able to run the ball against the Chargers. So I think you're going to see Ramondre and Zeke. I think you're going to see these guys have some success on the ground against the Chargers in this game, controlling that tempo and letting Bailey Zappi find passes underneath against the worst pass defense in the NFL. And if you guys watch the Chargers, these guys will let you get underneath because they just play off all game long. So I think you're going to see a Patriots team that's going to control the clock, control the tempo. I'm going to call it. I'm taking the 5.5, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't be surprised if the Patriots won this game outright. I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots won this game outright. I might even money line this on just a straight wager by itself. Hey, take a shot. But I'm gonna take the Patriots with the 5.5 in this one as far as this channel goes. So that wraps up my picks. 4 plays, 1 high stakes play, 3 low stakes plays. Let's see how it goes. As always, if you like the content, please like, follow, subscribe, all of that. And We'll tune in for our recap video in a few days. Take care.